Hello to all of my chemistry students. I hope that you guys enjoyed the speaker yesterday, the pharmacy speaker. And I'm recording this before we've seen the pharmacy speaker, so I can't really comment on that. And you guys are having a sub today because I am at an AP conference up at the U of M. So Ms. Schoen is going to hand out this homework to you. Hopefully you took the time to listen to my podcast and you'll have your notes in front of you. And now we're going to do and put that into work. And we're going to start taking a look at how many atoms are there in each of the following. So you can see that we're starting with moles. And what you want to do is you want to look at your mole map. So if you take a look at your mole map, and we are going to be starting here with moles, and it says that we are going to go to atoms. So if you look down here, you can see that we have atoms, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. So we're going to take the number of moles and we are going to go in this direction. So that means we're going to multiply by Avogadro's number. So if we go back and take a look at that, number one says how many atoms are there in each of the following. So I have 1 mole of iron. The identity of it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to say that in every mole there is 6.02 Avogadro's number times 10 to the 23rd atoms in 1 mole. Now I know I'm writing into the next part because of the crayons that I'm writing with here. So all I'm doing is I'm going to take 1 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and you should be able to see that the moles are going to cancel out, and I'm left with atoms, which is what I want to do. So I have 3 significant figures here. I have 3 significant figures here. So my answer has to be 3 significant figures. So my answer is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of iron. So if you take a look at the next one, you can see that you're going to be doing the same thing. So you are just going to take this 2.50 moles, multiply by Avogadro's number, and get your answer. So all of these are going to be the same pattern. Now if we go to the next one, you're going to see how many moles of atoms are in each of the following. So this time I am starting with atoms and I'm going to moles. So if I take a look at my mole map, I'm starting with atoms and I want to go to moles. So if I follow my path, it's saying I divide by Avogadro's number to do these problems. So that's what we'll do. So for the first one, you guys can see that I have 3.01 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of iron. And so I need to know that I have atoms on top, so I want to put atoms on the bottom, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms in 1 mole. Now when you calculate these out, you need to remember that you need to put this number here on the bottom when you're dividing in parentheses. And so if you calculate that out correctly, make sure you're following along. Here again I have 3 significant figures, 3 significant figures, so I should get 0.500 moles of lead. So for all of these right here, I am just going to divide by Avogadro's number, so you should be able to handle that just fine. And then down here, we don't want to make this question any harder than it is. It's actually really straightforward. It says how many atoms of hydrogen in 1 molecule of each of the following. So I look at NH3. This is nitrogen, this is hydrogen. I have 3 hydrogen. That's it. You're just counting up the total number of hydrogen. Okay, if you turn this over, hopefully, like I said, you listened to the podcast and it showed you how to do molar mass, which most kids thought that that was pretty simple. Again, you're going to use the atomic mass rounded to the tenths. You're going to multiply the mass by the number of elements, and there is your unit. So hopefully you're able to get these completed in your note packet. And here is the homework that you have, homework 2. So we have to determine the molar mass of each of the following. So very simply, like I said in the podcast, make sure you do atom inventory. So I have 2 nitrogen here, 2 hydrogen, and I look on the periodic chart. Nitrogen is 14.0. I have 2 of them. Hydrogen, 2 of those at 1.0, and if you recall, we're going to add that up. And when I do that, I get an answer of 30.0 grams per mole. So hopefully most of these will be pretty easy for you. I think the hardest part is going to be getting down to questions 3, 7, all of these down here, where you have to figure out the formula first and then go ahead, do your atom inventory, and then find molar mass. I hope that I get an excellent report from Ms. Schoen. Please work hard and be busy little bees, and then we will pick up on Wednesday when I get back to class. Have a wonderful night.